When you open the dashboard, you'll immediately see quick analytics that give you a snapshot of what's happening in your business. You can see new leads, total sessions, bot sessions, live chat sessions, and your recent customers all at a glance. This page is constantly evolving, and there's a lot more functionality coming here in the future, so keep an eye out for updates. Now let's move to the customer page. This is where all the magic happens when it comes to understanding who's reaching out to you. Every single person who lands in your inbox gets a profile automatically created, and you can see everything about them in one place. You'll see their name, their contact information, the date they first reached out to you, and which channel they used to contact you, whether that's WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, or any other platform you've connected. One of the most important things you'll notice is the opt-in status. If you see a green indicator, it means this person hasn't said stop and they're happy to receive promotional updates from you. But if it shows red, that means they've opted out and they don't want offers and announcements from your brand. Basically, you can't deliver broadcasts to them because they've made it clear they don't want to receive them. This is crucial to respect. When you click on View next to any customer, you go into their auto-generated profile where you can see and edit every piece of information in detail. You can edit their first name and last name, manage their tags and static segments, which we'll explain in detail shortly. You can see all their channel information and opt-in status. There's a notes section about the customer, which is mostly entered through the live chat when your team is talking to them. You can also see custom attributes and data, which we'll cover in depth later, along with metadata about them, such as when their profile was created and when it was last updated. Making changes is simple. Just edit whatever you need and click on Save Changes. It updates everything across the entire platform in a single click. Let's go back to the customer page for a moment because you need to understand what a segment is. A segment is basically a group of users that you create so you can market to them effectively. So you can create these segments by clicking on filters, creating simple logic based on and or conditions, adding multiple conditions that match exactly what you're looking for, applying those conditions, saving it as a segment, and then exporting the data. There's also a view toggle option where you can select which columns you want to hide or see based on your convenience. This keeps your workspace clean and focused on what matters to you. Now let's talk about the import option. You can simply click the import button and select a CSV or Excel file. These are both common file types for storing structured data. Then you map the data. What this means is you're linking the fields in your spreadsheet with the default fields in the system, such as first name, last name, recipient ID, tags, and so on. You can also import data as a custom attribute if it's not one of the system defaults, or you can select Ignore for any field you don't want to import. Click on Next, and then you get a preview of what's about to be imported. At this stage, you can assign all these contacts to a static segment that you've already created. Let me show you how to create a segment first before we finish this import. Go to the Segments tab under Manage. Here you'll see a list of all your segments with their name, type, when they were created, and quick actions to copy the segment ID, edit it, or delete it. To create a new segment, click on Create a Segment. Give it a name and a description so you remember exactly what it's for. Then select the type. There are two types of segments, static and dynamic. Static segments are ones that you apply manually or while importing data using the import button, which is what we were just doing. Dynamic segments are the ones that are made according to specific rules and they automatically add people who match the logic and filters you set up. These dynamic segments auto-populate as the conditions are satisfied for any audience member. For now, since we're manually importing data, let's create a static segment. Give it a name, add a description, and click Save Segment. Now back to the import page. We can select the segment we just created and apply it to all the leads we're importing. You can also add tags to them during the import. Let me show you how to create tags as well so you understand the full picture. Go to the Tags section under Manage. Here you can see all the tags you've already created. You see their name, description, and availability. You can see each tag's color and creation date, and you can click the pencil icon to edit the information. However, you cannot change the category of a tag once it's created, and you can't delete a tag once it's created. You can only change its name. This is designed this way to prevent data loss. There's also an availability filter button where you can filter tags based on whether they're for live chat or leads. To create a new tag, click on the Create Tag option. Add a name, description, color, and select the tag type, either lead or customer profile or live chat. Save it, and now it's ready to use. Back to the bulk import page. You can now select the tags you want to apply, select the channel these contacts are coming from, and set any global attributes. Click on Import Contacts and your contacts will be imported into the system. After that, you can use the search bar to search for people using any of their information like their name or phone number. Moving on to the campaign dashboard. Here you can select a date range to filter your campaigns, search for a campaign using the search option, check the status of each campaign and see the delivery status. You can hover over the delivery status to see live updates and click on the Refresh List button to refresh the data. You'll see the scheduled date, the creation date, which team member scheduled it, and quick actions to generate and download a report and export it in Excel format. To create a campaign, click on New Campaign. Add a name to your broadcast. Select the messaging channel. Select the phone number you want to send from, and select the template you want to broadcast. Before we continue creating this campaign, let's first see how to create a template. Creating a template can be quite detailed depending on its type and use case, but we can learn the general process with one or two examples. Let's go to Templates under WhatsApp under Channels. You can see the template name, language, status, which could be approved, rejected, or pending, the category, which is either utility, marketing, or authentication. Authentication templates are used for sending OTPs. You'll also see the quality score, where the link tracking is enabled, and quick actions to preview, edit, or delete the template. You can also click Sync Template if you've created any new template directly in Business Manager and you want it to show up here in the platform. To create a new template, click on New Template. For this example, let's select Marketing as the category. If you want to know more about templates in depth, you can check out the whole series on YouTube where we cover all the best practices to follow, the distinction between all message types, how to use them effectively, and how to launch a successful campaign for your brand or business. Give your template a name and select its language. Going to the content section, you need to select the header type. It can be text, image, video, document, or location. For now, let's select the header as image. Click on Choose Image and upload an image from your computer. In the body section, you can select the parameter type. Parameters can be for names or numbers. You can keep either depending on what you need. The purpose of parameters is to make variable fields that can be filled or changed according to the data you have for each recipient. Let's create a body message. We'll add Hey followed by a name parameter and then write the message. You can preview this by filling in the variables with sample data to see how it looks to the customer. Then you can add a footer text if you want. Now add buttons. You have several options. Quick reply buttons can be handled in live chat or by a chatbot. You can add a call button, an offer code copy button, which is mostly used in e-commerce, a visit website button, and we highly recommend adding a stop promotion button so recipients can opt out easily. We recommend adding this to all campaigns going to fresh leads so they simply click stop promotion instead of blocking you directly. If you're sending to past customers who already like you and your brand, you don't necessarily need to include this. You can now save this template and use it in your campaigns. Back in the campaign creation screen, you can search for your template easily by its name and select it. Now drag and drop the CSV file of customers you want to send the campaign to. Make sure the file has all the data required to fill in the message variables in your template. You can choose to run the campaign immediately or you can schedule it for later by picking a date and time. You can also enable tracking if you want to track button clicks. Click on Schedule Campaign and it's ready to go. You can go to Campaign Insights under Insights. Here, you can see detailed analytics such as click-through rate and campaign metrics, which show all the sent, read, delivered, and failed statuses for all the messages that have been sent. There's also a time-based trends graph showing when people are reading the messages. You can also see single campaign analytics by selecting a particular campaign and selecting date ranges. These analytics are absolutely essential for the success of your campaigns. Coming to the live chart, there are two main areas we need to cover. First, let's go into the settings. In the live chart settings, there are multiple configurations. The first setting is the shared inbox toggle. If you want this inbox to be shared, meaning all the leads come and show up on everybody's account, then you use the shared inbox mode. If you want them to work as tickets that get automatically assigned to team members, then you use the ticketing system. In the ticketing system, there's an assignment type setting. There are two types of assignment: round robin and load balancing. Round robin distributes tickets evenly in rotation, while load balancing assigns based on current workload. Then there's a setting for out of hours message. This is the message that goes out if somebody messages you outside of business hours. Another field is the agent's unavailable message. This is the message sent to a user when they try to connect to a live agent, but no agents are available to be assigned the ticket. Then you have the business hours setting where you can manage operating hours and time zone settings. You can select your time zone and set your weekly schedule from Monday to Sunday. With the toggle, you can turn each day on or off and select the specific timings for your working hours. You can also set holidays and exceptions where you define specific dates when your hours differ from the weekly schedule. To do that, simply click on Add Date, give the holiday a name, set the date, and if it's closed all day, turn on the Closed All Day toggle. But if you want it to be open for specific hours on that date, you can assign those specific hours instead. Once done, click on Save Changes. Coming back to the live chart panel, we're viewing it in ticketing mode, which is turned on. There are two types of ticket views: My Tickets and All Tickets. In My Tickets, you can see the tickets assigned to you. In All Tickets, you can see all the incoming tickets regardless of who they are assigned to. If you want to assign a lead to yourself, or if you want to reassign a lead that's currently assigned to you to someone else, you can click on the agent icon in the live chat panel, select another agent's name, and assign it to that particular agent. You can even assign one conversation to multiple agents, meaning multiple people can handle the same customer at once if needed. You can search for people by name or phone number using the search bar so you can find anyone quickly. There's also a view mode option where you can select to watch all chats, archived chats, or hidden chats. Hidden chats are conversations that won't appear in your regular archived or live chat lists. You can also pin messages in your panel. In the All Tickets section, you can also select a specific member and view just the tickets assigned to that particular team member. To start a new conversation in the live chat panel, you can click the Create Recipient button. Select the connection ID, which is your connected phone number or channel. Enter the recipient's name. This name will be saved in their lead profile. Then enter the recipient ID, which is their phone number with the country code. There's also a condition to route that person to a specific destination, such as live chat or to a particular chatbot. This is the routing functionality. So as soon as that lead is created, you can send them to live chat or any other chatbot you've set up. Then click on Create Recipient and they'll be created and routed to the connection you selected. If you want to mark messages as read, you can right-click on the conversation and click on Mark as Read, and the unread message count will disappear. Now, let's look at the right side panel when you're viewing a conversation. First, you'll see the profile picture of the person, then their name. This name is generally auto-fetched from the channel the person comes from. There's an edit button where you can change the name manually. If you click on the View CRM button, the person's full profile will open on the Customers page where you can view all their complete information. Then there's a contact information section showing the phone number, channel ID, or username. Below that is the email section if you have their email stored. Then you have the Add Notes section where you can write notes for the customer and click Save. These notes are saved permanently in their profile. You have the Customer Tags option where you can click on Add a tag and select from the tags you've created. Select the tags and click Apply. You can also assign custom segments by clicking Add Segment and adding that person to a particular segment. You can create additional custom attributes for storing data. In the Chat Session and Ticket section, you can add session tags. In the Ticket Management area, you can transfer the chat to a chatbot if needed. The ticket status options are the same as the top bar: active, archived, hidden, or closed. This is a shortcut to doing that, and the same options are available here. You can check which agent the ticket is currently assigned to. If you come to the WhatsApp channel settings, you can see the channel ID, the display name, and the consent status. Now, if you want to chat with a person, there's an important process you need to follow. First, you have to shift them to live chat. Once the person is shifted to live chat, you cannot just start messaging them directly. You have to send an initiation template to talk to that customer. The customer must interact with that template first. Only when the person interacts with the message on WhatsApp will the 24-hour session window start. And then you can chat freely using the live chat. There's a status indicator which shows the service window. It shows how much time is remaining before the service window expires. If the service window has already expired, it will show how much time ago it expired. In the chat area, you can send multimedia such as images, audio, videos, and documents. If you have set up automatic round-robin assignment, agents will be able to see new chats coming into their My Ticket section when a chat is automatically assigned to them. Then, going to the Overview tab in Insights, you'll be able to see insights related to sessions. These include the number of new leads, total number of sessions, total number of bot sessions, and total number of live chat sessions. You can also select the date range from the button above, and the analytics will update accordingly. You'll see a graph of total inbound and outbound messages, which shows how many messages have come into your system and how many messages have been sent from your system. There's also storage usage statistics with a complete breakdown according to media type like images, videos, documents, and audio files. There's a graph showing service sessions used up across your services, which includes campaigns, auto-reply, live chat, chatbot, outbound messaging, and workflows. You also have the Messages by Channel option, which displays the total number of messages across specific channels that you have activated. Then, going to the Team Management section, you can manage your team and assign roles. You can also manage the access level of each person and see their roles. To manage someone's access, click on the Manage Access button. From here, you can select the member's role and click on Update Member. By clicking on the three-dot menu, you can see additional settings where you can remove a member if needed. You can filter people according to their roles and search for them using the search bar provided. To invite a member, select the role you want to assign them, such as live chat agent, administrator, or manager. Enter their email address and click on Send Invitation to send them the invite. Once they're invited, they'll receive an email from Eternity Chat saying they've been invited with the role you selected. In that email, they'll have to log in using the magic link, and once they log in, they'll be part of your team. Then going to the media library, here's the complete media library that stores all the content and data related to the system. Live chat, received images, campaigns, and all your assets, whether they are images, videos, photos, or anything else. When you select a file, you'll see a preview of it. There are quick actions such as downloading the file, opening it in a new tab, copying the media ID, and deleting that particular file. You can also see meta information such as the file name, file type, and size. To upload a new file, you can click on Upload File or simply drag and drop the file into the library. If you want to create a new folder, right-click on the empty space and select Create Folder. Then you can upload media into that folder very easily by clicking Upload Media or directly dragging and dropping media into the folder. This keeps everything organized. In the Channel Management page, you can configure your store's messaging channels. By selecting a channel, you can go into the configuration of that particular channel. To add a new phone number to your WhatsApp account, click on Add Phone Number. You can follow the prerequisites listed, then click on Connect to Meta. Click the Connect with Facebook button. A pop-up will open where you select your account and continue through the onboarding process. Your account will then be connected to Eternity Chat. Going back to the WhatsApp configuration page, you can see the name of each number, the phone number associated with it, and the tier. The tier indicates the message limit, meaning how many messages you can send. You see the health of the number, whether the display name is approved or not approved, the quality rating of that particular number, the status of that number, the throughput, and the onboarding date. If you want to see WhatsApp forms, I forgot to mention earlier that when a person fills out a form, it can be viewed in the live chat panel. You can also view all form responses in the WhatsApp Forms section. Just click on the Actions button and then the eye icon, and you'll be able to see all the form responses you've received. In the Billing section, you can see detailed usage statistics of your whole account. You can select the date range here as well. There are service sessions, which are the total number of sessions used in your services, including auto reply, live chat, chatbot, outbound messaging, and workflows. You see the total workspace expense calculated by these service sessions. You can see analytics for each type, including total campaign sessions, active agent sessions, and storage used. Then coming to the settings page, you can see multiple settings related to your account. First, there's the account setting where you can set your profile picture. It can be JPG, GIF, AVIF or PNG, and the maximum upload size is 2.5 megabytes. You can edit your first name, last name, email and time zone and save the changes with the Save button. In the organization settings, which is only available to the admin, in the identity section, you have the organization name, the organization profile picture, and the organization ID that's created by our system. In the contact details section, you can enter your business email, business phone number, and description. In the address section, you can create your address, which includes the address label, country, address line, city, state, and postal code. For multiple locations, you can add multiple addresses. In the workspace setting, you'll find settings such as selecting the profile picture, workspace name, workspace ID, and description. In the routing section, you can direct incoming messages from any number to agents or flows. In the API key section, you can create a new API key. With this API key, you can manage integrations and connect external services to Eternity Chat. Then you have the webhooks section where you can manage your event forwarding and endpoint configuration. This is generally for developers if you want to integrate this platform into your existing system. In the attributes section, you can create custom attributes. To create a custom attribute, click on Add Attribute, create a label, give it a field name and select its type. The type can be number, date, boolean or string. Then click Save. Other than that, you have the support page where you can contact us directly for support. In the feedback section, you can select your rating and give feedback for the platform. You can switch the theme to dark mode, which is great if you want to use this for a long time. It makes it easier to work in dark mode, just like you would on your phone. It's very soothing and easy on the eyes, especially if agents are working the whole day on this panel. On the workflow page, you can create complete chatbots that will handle your customer enquiries. This is the major part of automating WhatsApp communication. Then we have the sequences section. Here you can create message sequences that will go out in a series to users. You can create the entire customer journey with the sequence tool. That covers the entire platform from top to bottom.